I got lucky. I met John Sabato, who was looking for some help, and he needed an assistant art director. And it was such a great group of people. They came from New York, a lot of the people, and John Blanchard was the director of that when we were working on it. And I didn't do the pilot, but I came on the second episode. And they had so much fun that we're still all friends. Like I can literally talk to all these people and we travel together and do things. So it's like a warm family to kind of train under. And John Sabato wanted to do the stage stuff. He liked the 3 wall sets. He liked to pick colors, and he had his molding charts where he just said, they're not looking at molding. We'll just pick 5 moldings and we can have numbers and that's what we choose from. And I remember it was very organized that way. And then they wanted to do the film spoofs. So they did, the Woody Allen action movie, and they did like a mash of like Terminator and Jesus. And it was, politically incorrect stuff, but it was really fun. And so they sent me out to do all the film stuff. And so I would scout, I would find these locations, and we found this town that looked like Bethlehem, out in the outskirts of LA. And I learned under that director who, always made me justify everything that I did on purpose, not in a mean way, but just to be like, okay, you have this, what are you going to do with this? And I feel like he trained me a lot. And we did the Budweiser frogs, and it was about troubleshooting basically on locations. I remember the puppets for the frogs got there, and they didn't have any platforms, and they didn't think about that. So we had to pull stuff off of the truck and find like plants around the area and create this little platform for the frogs to exist on because, in Mad TV way, the frogs end up run over by the truck.
What was the schedule like for that show? Because it was a weekly sketch comedy show. How many sets were there kind of for each show?
I would say there's at least 5 or 6 per show, if I remember correctly. And they squeezed them all onto the set. They had the one home stage where they all come out and introduce themselves, kind of like Saturday Night Live. And then the rest of them were little swing sets, depending on what the action was. And I can't remember exactly, but I want to say they had about like 7 days for stage. And then we would go out sometimes for the film stuff, and that would be kept separate. It was completely different, like a different crew almost, because we had a DP as opposed to a lighting designer. We had ADs and not stage managers. So it was interesting. It was a different group of people, but it worked. I think we all like pulled our weight on that one and had fun. They actually shot at my house as well.